All right, so are you ready for a deep dive
Oh, I'm ready.
into the unknown, huh?
Ah,
Okay, so you've shared a really fascinating audio recording with us
I have.
titled, I Work at the CDC, and There Is Something You Should Know. MP3.
Hmm.
Just the title alone, sends chills down my spine.
It certainly does, yeah.
So,
It really sets the stage for something unusual, doesn't it? And what's even more intriguing
yeah.
is that this isn't a formal scientific report. It's
Right.
a deeply personal account.
Yeah.
The narrator, a CDC researcher,
Mhm.
finds this diary, and it's filled with these shocking revelations.
Oh, wow.
And he's using this recording to share what he's found with us.
Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit.
Yeah.
We have a diary,
Uh-huh.
a mysterious narrator,
Right.
and the CDC.
Hmm.
What's the connection here?
Well, the recording starts with the narrator detailing his work at the CDC, focusing on this project, analyzing ancient tissue samples extracted from Siberian permafrost.
Okay, so that in itself is already pretty fascinating, considering what we've learned about ancient diseases and DNA from similar samples.
Right.
It's like a window into the past.
Yeah.
But then things take this sharp turn,
Right.
almost like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
The narrator describes microscopic machines moving within these tissue samples.
Right. And that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
This isn't just about ancient bacteria or viruses.
Right.
The narrator is suggesting the existence of, nanotechnology in prehistoric times.
Wow.
Think about the implications of that, right?
Yeah.
Our understanding of technological development is completely upended if we consider the possibility of such advanced technology existing so far back in time.
It definitely challenges everything we think we know.
It really does.
It's like finding a smartphone embedded in a dinosaur fossil.
Exactly.
Just doesn't fit our current understanding of history.
Yeah, this doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And the narrator grapples with this too. He describes this internal conflict, the struggle to reconcile what
Yeah.
he's seeing under the microscope with everything he's been taught. It's like
Yeah.
he's experiencing a scientific crisis of faith.
And the diary doesn't stop there, does it?
Oh, no, it does.
He mentions these machines being able to communicate
Yeah.
using a grid formation, like some kind of code.
Yeah, some sort of code, yeah.
So this communication aspect
Yeah.
adds another layer of complexity here
It does.
because it suggests intelligence,
Yeah.
intention, right?
Yeah.
It's not just a random occurrence.
No, not at all.
And what's even more chilling, honestly, is the content of these messages.
Right.
They claim that everything we know is a lie
They do?
and that humanity is just a host for their knowledge.
Wow.
That's pretty unsettling.
Yeah, it's unsettling. It's like those sci-fi movies
I know, right?
where humans are unknowingly controlled by an advanced alien civilization. But this time, it's not aliens from another planet, but
Mhm.
something potentially older than humanity itself.
Right.
So it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
if these machines are so advanced,
Yeah.
why haven't we encountered them before? Why are they only revealing themselves now?
It's almost like they chose this moment, chose this particular researcher to reveal themselves to.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
And it ties into a recurring theme in the diary, this concept of sacrifice. The narrator mentions a sacrifice that will be asked of him.
Sacrifice. What could that even mean in this context?
It's open to interpretation, right?
Yeah.
Is it a literal sacrifice, a symbolic one?
Right.
Maybe it's the sacrifice of his career,
Yeah.
his reputation, his sanity even,
Yeah.
in order to bring this information to light.
And then the diary takes this wild turn, almost like it's shifting gears from science fiction to ancient mythology.
Yeah.
It starts talking about Adam and Eve as spaceships, a burning world called Eden, and a bizarre creature named Radidoskar.
Huh.
It's hard to follow, almost like he's losing his grip on reality.
Well, this sudden shift in tone is fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like the narrative is transitioning from a scientific observation to a creation myth, like blending cutting-edge technology with ancient symbolism.
It's as if the diary is suggesting our very origins, our understanding of history itself, is completely wrong.
Exactly.
And we're left with more questions than answers.
We are.
What does this mean for our place in the universe?
Right.
What really happened in our distant past?
Yeah?
And who is this Radidoskar?
Right, this drill-toothed squirrel.
It's a lot to take in, and that's just in the first part of the recording.
Yeah.
The diary ends abruptly, mirroring the hurricane raging outside the narrator's window.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like a cliffhanger in a movie. leaving us wanting more.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it
I-
really is a brilliant way to end the first part of the recording, isn't it?
It is.
The hurricane raging outside,
Right.
mirroring that chaos and uncertainty unfolding within the diary itself.
Right.
Like a physical manifestation of the narrator's internal struggle.
It definitely adds to the suspense.
It does.
And it makes you wonder, like,
Oh.
if the hurricane plays a role in the story,
Right.
or if it's just like a symbolic representation of the larger forces at play.
Well, I think symbolism
Yeah.
is definitely a key element here.
Yeah.
We have the CDC researcher grounded in the scientific world,
Right.
suddenly confronted with concepts that seem ripped from like ancient myths and legends.
Right.
It's like science and mythology are colliding, blurring the lines between what we consider real and what we just dismiss as fantasy.
And it's not just the symbolism that's intriguing.
Right.
There's this real sense of unease.
Yeah.
A feeling that something isn't quite right.
Yeah.
You know, the narrator's descriptions of these machines,
Mhm.
their messages, the mention of sacrifice, it's all very unsettling.
There's a definite sense of foreboding.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how the narrator uses this found footage style to convey this
Right.
by presenting his findings as a personal recording.
Oh.
He's inviting us into his world, allowing us to experience the events as he does.
It's like we're right there with him,
Yeah.
peering through the microscope, listening to those chilling messages,
Yeah.
feeling the weight of this incredible discovery.
And it forces us to confront the same questions he's grappling with.
Right.
How do we reconcile this new information with everything we thought we knew?
Right.
Is he a reliable narrator?
Yeah.
Is he succumbing to the pressure, or is there something genuinely groundbreaking here?
It's a tough call.
It is.
He even mentions using a pen name,
He does.
John Grail, to protect himself and his family,
Oh, wow.
just in case the information he's sharing is somehow dangerous.
Right. That detail speaks volumes about the potential implications of his findings.
It does.
He's risking everything to share this story.
Yeah.
Which begs the question,
Yeah.
why? What's so important that he's willing to put himself and his family at risk?
It's like he feels this responsibility,
Yeah.
a duty to warn the world about something,
Right.
even if he doesn't fully understand it himself.
That sense of responsibility is a common thread throughout history when it comes to groundbreaking discoveries.
Yes.
Think about Galileo and his heliocentric model of the solar system. It went against the prevailing beliefs of the time, and he faced significant opposition for it.
It's a good point. Challenging established paradigms often comes with a price, but let's dive back into the specifics of the diary.
Okay.
So this idea that Adam and Eve were actually spaceships coming to Earth from a dying planet,
Yeah.
Eden.
Egan.
It sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It does, doesn't it? But if we look at it from a different perspective,
Yeah.
it's a story of migration, of seeking refuge,
Right.
Countless cultures have origin stories that involve journeys, migrations, and the search for a new home.
Right.
What if the diary is presenting a similar narrative, but just through, like, a more technological lens?
Just an intriguing way to look at it.
It is.
It makes you wonder if the diary is trying to, bridge the gap between science and mythology, suggesting that what we consider myth might have roots in actual events,
Yeah.
just interpreted differently through the lens of the time.
And that brings us back to the theme of questioning our assumptions.
Right.
The diary challenges us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about our past,
Yeah.
about our place in the universe.
Yeah.
What if our history is far more complex,
Yeah.
far more intertwined with the cosmos than we ever imagined?
And then there's this mysterious creature, Radadoskar,
Yeah.
this drill-toothed squirrel who supposedly cursed the spaceships.
Right. It feels so out of place. It's
Definitely.
almost like a random element just thrown in there.
Yeah, why a squirrel?
Right. But remember,
Yeah.
myths and legends often use symbolic language to convey deeper meanings.
Okay.
Animals frequently represent natural forces or specific characteristics.
Right.
So perhaps Radadoskar symbolizes something about the earth itself,
Okay.
a kind of primal force that resists outside influence.
It's like the Earth itself is a character in this story,
It is.
reacting to the arrival of these spaceships.
That's a fascinating interpretation, and it raises the question,
Yeah.
what role does humanity play in all of this?
Right.
Are we simply caught in the middle of a cosmic conflict,
Right.
or are we somehow integral to the unfolding of events?
It's like the diary is presenting us with this puzzle,
It is.
challenging us to piece together the fragments
Yeah.
and make sense of the bigger picture.
Right.
And we're only halfway through the recording.
I know.
I can't wait to see what other twists and turns await us in the second part. It's becoming clear, I think, as we, delve deeper into this recording,
Yeah.
that this isn't just like a simple story, it's this layered narrative. It's blending scientific observation with ancient mythology, like personal struggle with cosmic implications.
Right.
It's a lot to unpack, and I'm honestly like still trying to wrap my head around it all.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It's not like a neat and tidy package
Yes.
with all the answers laid out.
Right.
It's an invitation to think critically, to question our assumptions, and to really explore the boundaries of what we consider possible.
The diary definitely doesn't shy away from challenging those boundaries. Like, remember how it describes Eden, the supposed home planet of Adam and Eve, as this burning world?
Yeah.
It's this stark image, right? Suggestive of destruction and perhaps even a warning.
It's interesting how this image of a burning world kind of resonates with, like, contemporary anxieties about climate change and environmental destruction. It's almost as if the diary is tapping into our collective fears about the future of our own planet.
And it makes you wonder if that's intentional. Is the diary trying to draw parallels between the fate of Eden and the potential fate of Earth? Is it a cautionary tale, reminding us of the fragility of our own existence?
That's a really thought-provoking question, and it connects back to the theme of sacrifice we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
What sacrifices might we be called upon to make
Yeah.
to ensure the survival of our species, our planet?
These are big questions, the kind that philosophers and scientists have been wrestling with for centuries.
They have.
And to think it all stems from this one strange audio recording. This diary discovered by a river, it's like a message in a bottle,
Yeah.
washed ashore from the depths of time.
And it's up to us, the listeners, to decide what to do with this message,
Yeah.
Do we dismiss it as the ramblings of a troubled mind?
Right?
Or do we take it seriously, allowing it to challenge our perceptions and expand our understanding of the universe?
It's a choice each of us has to make individually.
It is.
But I have to admit, there's a part of me that wants to believe. A part of me that's drawn to the mystery, the possibility that there's more to our history, to our existence, than we currently understand.
That's the spirit of exploration, the drive to uncover the unknown. And even if we never definitively prove or disprove the claims in the diary, the very act of engaging with these ideas, wrestling with these questions, that's a valuable exercise.
Right.
It forces us to confront our own biases, to consider alternative perspectives, and to push the boundaries of our knowledge.
It reminds me of how scientists initially reacted to the discovery of prions.
Oh, yeah.
Those infectious proteins that defied everything we thought we knew about disease.
Wow.
It was met with skepticism, even ridicule, but eventually the evidence became too compelling to ignore.
Right.
And it led to a paradigm shift in our understanding of biology and disease.
Exactly. Sometimes the most groundbreaking discoveries are the ones that challenge the status quo, the ones that force us to rethink our most fundamental assumptions. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe this diary is one of those discoveries.
It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? Like the possibility that this is just the tip of the iceberg, that there are other pieces of this puzzle waiting to be found.
Yeah. And that, I think, is the ultimate takeaway from this deep dive.
It's not about finding all the answers,
Right.
but about embracing the mystery, the wonder, and the possibility that there's still so much more to learn, to explore, to discover.
So as we conclude our deep dive into this remarkable audio recording, I encourage you to keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep. The truth, as they say, is out there waiting to be uncovered. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to find the next piece of the puzzle.